Yo, what's up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and here's a film that I remember seeing the trailer for a while ago and thinking, that looks creepy, that looks interesting. And then the pandemic happened, and so no movies really are being released. Some are direct to VOD and whatnot, but this is a movie that I guess I just forgot about until I see people reviewing it. And I'm like, oh yeah, that movie, that came out, huh? So I found my ways to watch it. I'm talking about Antebellum. Antebellum is a 2020 film that was directed by two people, Gerard Bush and Christopher Rentz. This film, the plot. Okay, let's talk about the plot. Janelle Monáe plays Veronica. She's a celebrity book writer. She writes this book that everybody is gearing up for and getting excited about. And then it's weird. The movie cuts from present day where she's the book writer. And then you also cut back to what seems to be in the past, slave times, where she also plays this other slave that's being abused, they're all being abused by white people, their owners on this plantation. It's rough, it's brutal, but of course, there's a twist. This is a horror movie. You gotta have something more going on there. Now, what I thought of Antebellum is I thought the movie was whatever. I didn't hate it. I didn't like it either. I'm gonna go out on the limb. I'm not gonna try to play nice. I'm just gonna say I didn't like the movie. And it's not because it's bad or it's terrible or that it didn't have an interesting concept on paper, because I believe it did. All of those things, I think. They had something here. It just, for whatever reason, it didn't completely work for me. Janelle Monáe, I've seen her before. She's fine, I guess, as an actress. There were some moments where I thought maybe she was overacting a little bit, but then again, I had to look at the situation and say, well, she's being a slave, and she's being abused and beaten. So, okay, I don't know, something about her acting and her emotion coming out felt very stagey. Again, no, she wasn't terrible. She wasn't. She was fine. She was fine. And she was fine in more ways than one. But she had to do the dual roles. So you're mostly watching it trying to figure it out. Trying to say, all right, what's going on here? What's the connection between present day and slave time? Why? Is it a descendant? Is it somehow time travel? What exactly is going on? So I think that's what I spent most of the movie focusing on. Some of the other cast, Kiersey Clemons, I enjoyed her acting. When I say enjoyed, I mean her character, what she goes through is horrible. It's depressing. It's sad. And it made me depressed. That's another thing about this movie, is that so many times I was just depressed. Just felt helpless and hopeless. And the subject matter, yeah, that makes sense. But sometimes, they put on the thing, producers of Get Out and Us, even those movies, as scary as they could have been or was, had fun aspects to it, and I think this movie was completely devoid of fun, completely non-existent of having any relief of laugh, which sometimes is very much needed in horror movies. Gabourey Sidibe plays one of Veronica's best friends. Her character was written to be very unlikable, just the way she talked to people and treated people. She was kind of conceited, and I don't know, it was like, if she gets taken, I don't care. If something happens to her, oh well, that's just my honest thoughts. And Jack Huston plays one of the slave owners, very racist guy. I hated him throughout this whole movie. Anytime I watch a slave movie and see the white actors who are doing too good of a job being racist, I start to wonder, and I look at them very differently. Same thing goes for Mr. Jack here. But speaking of looking at somebody differently because they're playing racist, Jenna Malone plays Elizabeth, and I think she's the head of what's going on, or she's the one who's sort of at the top of this slave trade organization. I don't really know. It's the villain aspect, or the people who are doing the bad things, wasn't that deep. Wasn't a whole lot there. The direction was well. I will say that a lot of the scenery, the cinematography, the way shots were set up, the camera angles, just a lot of it looked great, and so I can't complain about that. I thought the score was haunting and great as well. And the twist. Let's talk about the M. Night Shyamalan twist, because that's how it felt once it happened. I'm not going to give it away, because that's not fair. This movie's very new. It's this year. And in case people are interested, I've been accused of spoiling things before, just kind of blurting it out. So I'm not going to do that. I will just say that I found it a little far-fetched. Again, kind of interesting, but for whatever reason, it just made me think, like, yeah, this feels like an M. Night Shyamalan twist that kind of came forced in there. I don't know, I couldn't go along with it fully. I couldn't, and I wanted to. I think I wanted to like this movie. I wanted to get a black-led horror film that I could enjoy again like I did the last couple of years, but this wasn't there. This didn't measure up any way whatsoever. So if I had to rate this, a very low Netflix and chill.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm being nice. I'm being so nice. You're lucky that it's acted well. You're lucky that it's shot well and directed well. You're lucky that there's enough good things aesthetically about the film that I'm not going to tear it down more. Because, let's be honest, this should have been better. You want to promote that you guys also did Get Out and Us. Like, those, to me, are top tier level horror films that had a lot of behind it. And I didn't feel like this movie had that. It's not Jordan Peele, so I'm not going to hold it too much against that. But just, whenever movies do that, whenever movies have the trailers and the posters say from the producers of another movie that you like, don't do that. I get why you do it. You're promoting it. You're trying to appeal to but it makes me hold a film like this at too high of a standard that it probably shouldn't be held at in the first place. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below, what did you think of Antebellum? Maybe you liked it more than I did. That's fine. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!